Hey, what's up everybody? I'm the Challenge Noob and we're here with some Dark Souls. I was really excited to get this video up. If you guys could quickly tell me how the audio sounds for the intro, I'd enjoy that. I'd appreciate it, I guess would be a more appropriate term. It's kind of a really old song and it's a really low quality live recording. Even though I love it, I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough for you guys, so just let me know about that. Anyway, we'll be with some Dark Souls, and it's gotta be a challenge run. Of course it's gonna be a challenge run. So while I mess around in the character creation screen, I'm going to explain the rules of the run. They are also in the description if you guys just want to skip forward to the gameplay. Excuse me, I have the hiccups, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so rule number 1 is actually I should put a little disclaimer that I'm not that good at Dark Souls. Like, I'm maybe an average player, so I'm not going to be doing some killer crazy run, and that's going to explain if you think the run's too easy. Well, it's not going to be too easy for me. It's going to be probably pretty tough. So, rule number 1 is it's going to be the only weapons that I can use are going to be dexterity weapons. I've never used a dex weapon before. I always run strength weapons, or actually generally I run quality weapons and then make them elemental, but either way I've never run a dex weapon ever, and they're a lot different. And with that, the only spells I can cast are going to be faith spells. I've never done faith spells before. I've always used either sorceries, usually weapon buffs, and pyromancies. I've never used faith, so just the fact that it's going to be a completely new playstyle is going to make it more difficult and interesting for me. But that's not where we're going to end the challenge aspect of it. Rule number 2 is that it's going to be I'm not going to be able to level up my endurance at all, and I have a feeling that that's going to make this challenge a lot more difficult. There are ways to kind of counteract that a little bit, like wearing the Ring of Favor and Protection and using something like the Chloranthy Ring or the Grass Crest Shield, but it's still going to make it a lot more difficult because I won't be able to do as many attacks in succession and I won't be able to block as much. So a high stability shield is going to be crucial. I'm going to go for that as quickly as I possibly can. Furthermore, the next rule is going to be I cannot kindle any bonfires past +1. That was a really roundabout way of saying that. So I can kindle bonfires with one time, and then I cannot kindle them any more times. I wasn't even going to mention that at first, but then because on all my playthroughs I never do that. I never, not even on my first playthrough did I ever have 15 or even 20. Oh, are you kidding me? I've never had 15, and especially never had 20 Estus flasks. So I thought it was just a given, but it's an important thing to kind of make it a rule, make it a written rule. And the last rule is going to be a level cap of 30. I cannot level past level 30. So I can't just stack a bunch of vitality to make up for the fact that I don't have a lot of endurance. So I think that that's going to be a pretty interesting run. As I said, I'm not that good at Dark Souls. I've beat it a couple times, maybe 2 or 3 times, but again, I'm not that good at it. So this is going to be a difficult run for me, and I'm going to fail a lot of times probably, and there's very likely going to be lots of rage with that. So I hope you guys are excited, or as excited as I am. When this video goes out, the Dark Souls 2, I guess 12 minutes of gameplay will be up, and I can guarantee you that I've already started on the analysis video. It's going to be up within a day or 2 of the 12 minutes of gameplay coming up, and I'm going to try and make it as detailed as I possibly can and examine it from a bunch of different perspectives, but also try and keep it open-minded and you know, try and keep it fair, I guess. Right there, if you look up, you can see the Asylum Demon jump down. It's little details like that that make Dark Souls so much fun for me and why I enjoy it so much. And right here, you're gonna see some fucking sniper aim. Check that out, it just clips my elbow. What a fucking sniper. Anyway, so as I was saying, the Dark Souls 2 analysis video, look out for it. It's definitely coming. I can guarantee you it's coming, and it's gonna be coming as quickly as I can get it out. I don't want to rush it out though, because I want to make it as good as possible for you guys. And right here, I missed that backstab, but then I get that backstab. Literally, I was facing his front, and he just teleported or something. So I have no idea what the hell happened there. I guess the game felt guilty for not giving me the runaround backstab. And right here, unlike my opening video, I successfully dodged the ball. I was really not happy with not being able to dodge it the first time. And here we just talked to this guy. He gives us the Estus flasks, and we move on our way. So, the challenge run. Oh, actually right here. What? Where am I? I've actually never fallen down here, and I didn't know this place existed. And I was thinking about it for a long time. I was like, wait a second, why does this place even exist? And I guess it's so that new players, if they do what I did, if they fall down, it's so that they don't die. So yeah, that's what I guess it's for, but I never actually even knew that it was there. Look at that, FromSoft being nice to us, and letting us not die from a fall. I guess it's because it's the tutorial levels. And right here, I do some of the best Dark Souls playing I've ever done. Yeah, take that. What? Oh, okay, you know what? You're dying. You're dying right now, okay? Oh. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. I should have done a health kick. I probably only had like 2 or 3 left, but then I backstabbed this guy because I was pissed. Yeah, I'm not used to the moveset, so right here I put on some heavy armor because I've never actually fought the Asylum Demon, at least not recently, with heavy armor. I'm not used to the fat roll, and I'm used to being at least mid-roll and being able to move a little quicker. So I was just curious what it would be like to fight him. And on top of that, the broadsword doesn't do any fucking damage, even when I two-hand it. See, right here, if I had less armor, I could run in quicker and hit him. And see here, I'm running out, and I try to roll, and then by the time I run back in, he's already doing some stuff, and then he hits me. I was hitting the dodge button, but because it's a fat roll, and right there too, it just wasn't working out how I expected it to be working out, so I decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna poise it. I'm gonna poise through it and just burst this guy down. And fortunately I was successful and it didn't kill me. So as you can see, I kind of suck balls at Dark Souls, but that's every time I record, I just play bad against the Asylum Demon. I'm not sure why. Like, jeez, he's easy, but I guess it's because I put on the armor that I wasn't used to, and I'm using a weapon I'm not used to. I never choose a knight. Usually I choose a warrior and use a longsword, and the longsword has, excuse me, a really good move set. Excuse me, that's part of the reason why I was failing against the Dreadlings. I expected the R2 to be like a forward piercing attack, like the longswords, but instead it's like a swinging arc, which is not as good. And right here we get picked up by this raven, and a lot of people have a lot of opinions about who or what they think this raven is. I personally think that it's a servant of Lord Gwyn's. I think that Gwyn sends it or makes its mission to pick up any undead that pass the trials of the undead asylum, so that they can take up his mantle, so that they can come to Lordran and hopefully prove themselves in Lordran, and he can, I guess, get them to link the flame. Because I think that that's what Gwyn's doing. He's trying to find a successor for him to link the flames, to keep them burning, to keep them light. So there I level up my dexterity a little bit, and I take off some armor so that I can move a little bit faster. Mid-roll's okay. Here's 3 humanity. There used to be 1, but now you can get 3 there. So that's kind of a nice little touch. And here we go talk to Petrus. He's going to be our friend. throughout a lot of this because we're gonna need those faith spells. We need that faith, Petrus. We need that faith. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Petrus is actually an interesting character. I never talked to him. There's some gameplays that, like, I'll be one boss away from beating the game or something like that, and then I still haven't talked to Petrus and got his goddamn copper coins or his shrug. I should actually talk to him for his shrug, though. That's kind of important. So what I do here is I'm just going to go run and grab the soul items that are nearby and go to Petrus's secret stash and grab the homeward bones and also grab the firekeeper soul. I'll explain the run as I'm doing it. It's just a run that I do whenever I start a new game. It helps me get back into the feel of the game, and it also gives you a bunch of souls to start, so you don't have to start at like a low level like 10 or something. You can bump yourself straight up to like level like 15 or even 20 if you don't fuck up too hard. So I know that a lot of people, like, they want to start a game and let's say they're like, they want to PvP with their friend or something, or do co-op with their friend, and their friend's level 30 and they're not too far into the game. And I've heard some complaints of people saying, well, it's too hard to level up that quickly. Well, if you run around and grab some of these soul items that I'm going to show, if you do this route, then, and you farm just a little bit, you know, you beat like one boss, like the Taurus demon, and you don't die too many times, then you can level up pretty quickly, like straight to level 30 or something. The leveling, excuse me, up in Dark Souls is kind of like, it's kind of like how the caps work as well. See, what most people will know, but some may not if you haven't played the game too many times, is that most stats have a soft cap at level 40. So what essentially that means is, let's say, for example, every time you level up strength, you get plus 25 strength. That's not true, that's just an arbitrary number, but it's for the purpose of this example. Let's say every time you level up strength, you get plus 25. Well, after 40, that number significantly drops. You could get, for example, it would only be like plus 4. So it significantly drops. That's what the soft cap is. Anyway, right there you saw me just getting the wing sphere. So I'm going to level up so I can be using that as quickly as possible, because I want to be using a dexterity weapon, as I said, for as close to the duration of this playthrough as I possibly can, essentially. The reason I chose a knight, though, was because it has a higher faith. It had the highest faith and dex that I liked. Anyway, I was talking about, what was I talking about? It was important too. Oh, I don't even remember. I don't like that. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to continue doing this run and grabbing our soul items so that we can bump ourselves up to soul level 30. And right here I practice my run around backstabs. When you learn how to do a run around backstab, the game gets significantly easier. Like, you can farm dark wraiths very easily if you figure out how to run around backstab them. I'm not saying like I'm the best run around backstabber, but even like as bad as I am at this game, I don't die to dark wraiths too often because I just do the run around backstab, and if you have a strong weapon, it takes them out very quickly. Part of the game of Dark Souls, like part of the difficulty of it, is just it's patience. It's in being patient and, you know, waiting and doing it correctly. But it's also in learning moveset and it's knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge-based difficulty as well in Dark Souls. When you know what to do and where to go, like I do, for example, I know where to go to get all these soul items, then it makes it a lot easier. Let's kill this rat. Oh! Never mind. Never mind. Let's get poisoned by the rat. I never get poisoned by that rat, but I guess that's going to have to be an ongoing thing, that I'm just going to be sucking as hard as I've ever sucked while I'm recording these videos. I guess that's why I'm called the Challenge Noob. And let's just kill this sucker. Yeah, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Nothing, because I'm gonna run around backstab you. See, as I said, you can just pull some enemies, you can do some run around backstabs, and then they're not even a problem anymore. And you can grab all these souls of the lost undead and bump up your levels pretty quickly. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the levels. There's a soft cap at level 40, like I explained, but just the levels themselves, like if I'm leveling up right now, I think my character's probably like level 10 or something. Once you hit level 40 or 50, kind of a weird cap on its own. Before that, you can level up in bunches. You know, you can go straight from level 10 to level 20, like, pretty quickly with a small amount of souls. Once you start hitting the higher numbers, like 40, 50, 60, then you only level up like once or twice at a time. So it's kind of interesting that just as the levels themselves have a soft cap of 40, roughly, the actual leveling itself, in a weird way, kind of, it's not exactly a cap, but it just gets significantly slower to level up. So it's not anything big, but it's interesting. Here you can see that I'm in the Valley of Drakes. I obviously chose the Master Key as my starting item. Personally, I always take the Master Key unless I'm doing a roleplay run. If I'm doing a roleplay run, then I'll get the pendant or nothing at all. Miyazaki himself said, I'm pretty sure he said that the pendant was the best item from a roleplay perspective. It's confirmed by the developers, by Miyazaki, that it does nothing. It has no effect in the game. However, I can see how it would be good from a role-playing perspective, because, you know, you could essentially create the storyline behind it. You could roleplay with it. For example, you could be a knight from Astora, and that's a pendant that your lover gave you. Or you could be from Kareem, and that pendant is it's a mark of the goddess Velka. Anything. You could make any kind of story that you wanted behind it. So that's why I see that the pendant could be a good role-playing item. Even the description says it doesn't do anything, but its stories comfort travelers. So right here I think that's the last soul of this run, and I'm just gonna go and grab the Firekeeper soul. For those of you that don't know, it's possible to get 2 Firekeeper souls right off the bat if you have the Master Key. If you don't, you can still get 1. This is the one that you can get if you don't have the Master Key. I'm going to show its location. It's right at the beginning of New Londo. And the other one is at the end of Blight Town. If you drop down and you somehow survive getting toxic, and you somehow survive the fire dogs, you can get it. It's possible to get it, but sometimes it takes, 3, 4, 5 runs to do it, and I don't have that kind of patience. I just want to get this one. And you don't need 2 to begin with anyway, because your HP is so low. Unfortunately, I got hit there, but now that's right where it is. You run across like I'm about to do, and you get it. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, I failed. I failed. Fuck. I hate failing. I hate not making that run, because it's like, fuck, I don't want to go all the way fucking back down. I mean, I know it's closed. The lift's right there, but it's like, oh, for fuck's sakes. And it's a suicide run too, so I lost all 1,000 of my souls. But I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes. Whatever, I don't need it anyway. I'm just gonna level up. I'm gonna use my soul items. But for those of you that didn't know, that's where it is, the Firekeeper soul. You can level up your Estus flasks to +1 with it, and you can get the one at the end of Blight Town. And then, of course, there's the one at right in the Undead Parish. If you get all 3 of them, this is very important actually, if you get all 3 of them, even if you haven't freed him from his cell, I'm pretty sure, even if you haven't freed him from his cell, if you get all 3 of them, Loudtrek will instantly kill, what's-her-face? The girl starts with an A, underneath this bonfire right here, and this bonfire will go out until you return her soul to her, which is halfway through the fucking game when you get to Anor Londo. So be very wary of that. You don't want to make that happen. I mean, you can always kill Loudtrek like we're going to do and get the Ring of Fat, and then go get it, which isn't actually that difficult because it's just a quick lift away. So that's what I would recommend doing if you want all 3 of them without the girl getting killed. And I can't fucking remember her name. Holy shit, what's her name? I know it starts with an A. Anastasia. Anastasia Vastora. Holy fucking shit. Guys. Guys. I'm failing here. Guys. Not only am I the challenge noob, I'm now somehow the lore noob as well. Anyway, so now, as you can see, we leveled up. I think it was level 12. So that was a quick way to get up to level 12, and now we can wield the winged sphere, which is our first dex weapon. The dex weapon that I'm going to use for the duration of this playthrough, I'm thinking might be the halberd, because we can get it early on, and it's pretty damn powerful. But for now, I'm using the winged sphere, excuse me, just because I want to use a dex weapon as early. Excuse me, I have hiccups. I'm sorry about that, guys. Jeez. But as I was saying, I want to use a dex weapon as early as I can. And right here, I'm just testing out the moveset. As some of you who have played Dark Souls before might know, learning, loving, knowing, memorizing the moveset is very important to being successful in the game. And I'm not used to spheres at all. I'm used to swords. I've never used a spear, and you guys can pretty much see that pretty quickly once I start trying to kill some enemies. As I was saying, I'm probably going to use the halberd because it's very strong and it's easy to get early on in the game.
The effectiveness.
And I'm probably just going to use a very high stability shield. I'm not yet sure which one. I'm not sure if I'll use a great shield, or maybe I'll just stick to shields that you can pair you with, like the boulder shield. I'm pretty sure the boulder shield is the shield that has the highest poise that you can parry with, but don't quote me on that. Actually, if you know the shield that has the highest poise you can parry with, then let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate that. So the winged spear does 142 with a backstab, which is more than the 113 that the broadsword was doing, although that was with base stats, so that's actually not even a good comparison. But as long as it's enough to kill them with one shot, I'm okay with that. One thing that I do like is that you can kind of poke enemies from behind a shield. You can keep your shield up and still try and attack them. It uses more stamina than a normal attack, and especially now that I have little stamina, it'll probably mean that my shield, it'll break my guard all the time. And also stuff like this happens, where you miss overhead of enemies. I'm not used to the way that this weapon works. I'm not used to the timing, and I'm not used to the fact that you have to hit the enemy with the tip of it. It's cool that it's got range. I'm just not 100% used to exactly how it works yet. But that's kind of half the fun of a playthrough like this. See right there, I underestimate the time that it's going to take me to complete my swing, and they hit me. But as I was saying, that's half the fun in a playthrough like this, is just figuring out in how to beat the challenge. That's half the fun in any kind of challenge, is that factor of feeling that sense of accomplishment and finding a way to do it despite the challenge that you set out for yourself. Okay, so right here we kill this dreadling, and then we take a right into this room here, and you go right to the end, and this is how you get this item. See that staircase right there? A lot of people go on that staircase, they look at that item, and they think, wait, how the fuck do I get that? I didn't know how to get it myself for a long time, so if anybody out there doesn't know how to get it, that's how you get it. It's really easy, because it just annoys a lot of people when they see it, and they're like, oh, well, me, because I have like weird OCD like that. When you see it, and I was like, fuck, how do you get it? So that's how you get it. It's not even like far or hard, but whatever, now you know. Now you know. It's not even like this amazing item anyway, but it's just the fact that you want to get it, because it's annoying seeing it glowing there. Yeah, take the wing sphere. It'll take you out. It'll take you out. Yeah, see right here I show, that's the body. That's where the soul item's going to be on. So if you're seeing that and you're thinking, how the fuck do I get that? Well, I showed you guys. That's how you get it, okay? So go get it. Okay? Okay? Okay. So I just try and cheese this guy, and I'm just trying to learn the longer reach that it has, especially compared to swords. And right there again, I underestimate the range. Or not the range, I'm sorry about that, the timing. Learning the timing of your weapon's moves is very key to being successful at Dark Souls. That's one of the big kind of factors that I find that a lot of people struggle with at the beginning of the game. Because a lot of the games these days, action RPGs that are really easy, kind of train us to, I guess you could say, A, button mash, because you can just stun-lock the enemies, but in Dark Souls, there's poise. And also B, it's dodging earlier to dodge the attacks of the enemies. And in Dark Souls, you have to dodge later after they've completed their swing because they will track you. In a lot of other action RPGs, the enemy's attacks don't track, so you can just dodge. So those 2 points, I find, are 2 of the big reasons why Dark Souls is more difficult, like why people find Dark Souls difficult. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, you're dead. You're dying. Guys, I'm really good at this game. Seriously, I'm so good at Dark Souls. Watch me kill these suckers. I'm gonna kill them like I'm just gonna crush them. It's gonna be easy. Alright, guys? Alright? Watch. Oh, okay. You know what? That was just a test. That was a test. I wanted them to feel good about themselves. Yeah, see, I'm gonna kill him. I'm so good with the wing spear, guys. I'm so good with it. Yeah, die. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, obviously, I'm not too good with the winged spear. Usually I get this Y-hander right at the beginning, and until I get a stronger weapon, or a weapon that I'm going for that playthrough. And I just use this R2 and it slaps these guys down. But with winged spear, I was like, what the hell do I do? But because of the piercing damage, I decided to just try and cheese them and go through their shields, and it kind of worked, I guess. If I was more proficient, it would probably be, like, better or easier to do it that way. So here, we're going to go and kill these dreadlings that are over here, and then we're going to go talk to the merchant. See, my guard just got broken there. If you don't have much stamina and you try and block, then that happens. Your guard gets broken. You don't take any damage, but you have that recovery animation during which you can get hit. That's probably going to be happening a lot during this playthrough, many times. And if you have a high stability shield, the higher the stability on your shield, the less kind of stamina it takes to block an attack. That's why I'm going to go for a very high stability shield, because I won't have much stamina. So right here, we're talking to the merchant. Some people think that Yulia is the bucket. It's not the bucket. Okay, guys? It's not the bucket. You can roll into the bucket, you can destroy the bucket, and he doesn't get mad at you. But when you kill him, he says, oh, Yulia, because you take his Uchigatana. The Uchigatana is Yulia. Okay, guys? Okay? It's not the bucket. You can roll through the bucket and destroy it. Either way, right here, I buy some arrows. I buy the resonance key so I can get that resin. Need that resin. You gotta get that pine resin so you can crush down the gargoyles. If you use pine resin on the gargoyles, they shouldn't, and you two-hand your weapon, and you have even a little bit of poise, and you've upgraded your weapon just 1 or 2 points at Andre, then you can burst down the gargoyles pretty easily. I know some people, when they're first playing this game, have a lot of difficulty with them, but that's how you can burst them down. But even if you don't have any pine resin left because you already used it all up, they're still pretty easy. You just gotta two-hand your weapon, time your dodges, just 1 or 2 dodges, and just burst them down. Just hit them with mostly R1s, and then when they're about to run to dodge away, hit them with an R2. And that should be a quick and easy way to get rid of them. So I'm going to end the video here, right at this bonfire. I think that's a good place to end the video. So, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to have my Dark Souls 2 analysis video up either now or very soon. Actually, no, not now. But I'm going to have my Dark Souls analysis video up in a day or 2. Look forward to that. If you want to watch more of my videos, I have 2 Nuzlockes up right now and a Mass Effect video. You can go check them out. And, I'm going to be uploading videos often, so subscribe to keep up to date. And thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it, guys.